What's really exciting is I'm getting a lot more queer narratives in my inbox, and that's so exciting. I think I feel kind of at a complicated crossroads right now when it comes to like my career and my sexuality because I am gay. My experiences on a daily basis are gay. What you were just speaking to, like the amount of toxicity and misogyny that you internalize that you then kind of have to unlearn in order to have an enjoyable sexual experience. Like, I feel grateful to have arrived at a point where that's where I'm at. I've unlearned a lot of these things. I've learned how to stop tolerating certain things, to ask for what I need, to communicate. And so much of those things I was actually kind of unable to do while I was still living life as a straight person. It kind of took like having these experiences that are queer in order to understand what sex should feel like for me and how comfortable I should actually feel and how my pleasure should be centered. It's like so bizarre, the programming that we get. You actually have to like consciously fight against it in order to even approach the concept that your pleasure should be important and it should be centered.
Appearing naked for your art is okay. It is. I have done it a bunch of times and I'm sure I will continue to do it. I also am in a body that will not look this way forever, and I want to use it for things that I'm creating, and I want to use it in place of like it to showcase intimacy between myself and someone else. Like Bridgerton, the show I just did, Sam and I, my boyfriend in the show plays Jimmy and I'm Jill. We have sex pretty much every episode, but it doesn't feel gratuitous. It feels sexy and it feels very it feels honest. It feels like you're watching two 20-something-year-olds, which is hilarious. And I'm playing a 21-year-old. Like, just get it on. And like, I know that feeling. We all know that feeling of just being absolutely like committed to fucking someone and making it your full-time job.
First of all, I feel like we're only just starting to even reach the tip of the iceberg when it comes to seeing accurate and honest and authentic depictions of Desi women, especially on American shows and movies. Representation is important for so many reasons. It's important for us to see ourselves and to not feel alone. And I do think we learn a lot, whether it's about sex or any other thing about our identities. We learn a lot about our identities when we see how we are depicted in the media. And when we're not depicted at all, then we have to learn about ourselves through other people who are different from us. But we often feel like we're alone in our experiences when we don't see anybody else having those experiences. And then of course it's different. It's also important for people who are not Desi, or whatever we're talking about when it comes to representation, for other people, how they see us. I think that if we are only shown in one light, that's how people think that all of us are. And we're not a monolithic community. We're all different, we're complex. There's so many different Desi people, and South Asia encompasses a lot of different countries. We're all so different. And I feel like for so long, Desi or Indian has only been shown in one way in Hollywood. So it's time that we start showing that we are all different and we all have different experiences and create more understanding through it.
That's what we're experiencing. That's what we're living. That's our reality. And getting an opportunity to see characters on TV where you can identify with them, where they're well-rounded and they're not one-dimensional or two-dimensional or even three-dimensional. They're just completely complex and rich and full, and you can see yourself and you can see your friends in them. I think it makes you feel a little less crazy. You can be a boss and have it together, but then you can also be, insecure at times and vulnerable at times, and just feeling like I just don't know what I'm doing. And I think that that's important because it does empower you to know that, that doesn't mean anything bad or negative. It means that you're on this journey of life and you're working it out, you're walking it out, and all of that is part of it. And that's kind of the beauty in it, is that it's not all roses. Like, we have moments where the characters go at each other and call each other out and tell them what they had an issue with for a while and stuff. And that's so important, because just because you go through those things doesn't mean you have to stop being friends. It means that you love each other more. It means that you push into each other more. You're holding each other accountable in love, wrong or right, and that's important in every relationship.
Honestly, I don't remember seeing any brown women on film or TV growing up at all, so it would have to be quite recent. I think an exception to that was maybe Shora Ardashlu's character in House of Sand and Fog, but her career has been an exception to many rules altogether. She's incredible. But no. And I think that that's what was so exciting about Adina, because, you know, in the past, we've always seen Muslim women and Middle Eastern women portrayed as like under the control of a man or a victim and not having any autonomy and being submissive in some way. And reading this character where her religion is like, in the first episode, she says, I'm like proud Muslim lesbian, you know? So I was like, wow, this is a woman who is in the driver's seat of her own life. And she's not afraid to rewrite stereotypes or to challenge stereotypes.